If you're like me and you have completely unlocked everything before the update 1 and have all your corporations maxed out, you're going to be psyched to see this update video. We're going to be going over all the new things that they've added in Star Rupture Update 1 and showing you in game. Let's get into it, shall we? Of course, when you load in, it says welcome to update 1, and it tells you about the new corporation levels that added, all the good stuff. We're going to be going over most of the things they added in this update and show you physically in game. And the Forgotten Engine has been started, which basically means for you to be able to get to the new radiation zone, you have to start the Forgotten Engine, which is going to allow you to be able to explore the new area and the new stuff and things. So the first thing we're going to start out is that all your progress on the corporate terminal has been reset, but you have been given data points as a refund. So we've already went all the way up to the max level. All we have to do now is just kind of go up and level it up like this, and now we can go ahead and continue where we left off. There are new items at level 11 for future health solutions, the oil extractor and refinery right here, and you can get some straight up quartz ore now when you level up to 13 and 14. And there's a new device called the Recycler, which you get in the Selenium Corporation, level 5. Basically recycles items into various building materials. You also get quartz ore at level 8, the laser drill and pyro forge at level 9, and the constructorizer, that's at level 12. The facture, that's at level 13. And of course you get quartz at the very end of the levels. Looks like you unlock Dash at level 3 of the Griffiths Blue Corporation. And other than that, some quartz at the very end of the levels as well. Under the Moon Energy Corporation, we have the development station right here at level 5. Some quartz at level 10. The chemical generator at level 13. And some quartz at the end of the levels. The new zipline is unlocked in Clever Robotics at level 6. The zipline pole and zipline, we'll show you that later. We also have at level 8 the roundabout rail connector. And of course some quartz at the end of the levels. So if you've done a lot of things in the recipe station, those haven't actually been reset. You don't have to redo anything in the recipe station. All your current recipes that you had before are currently unlocked. As you can see, our old recipes are all still unlocked. We've got quite a few unlocks here. We're going to just kind of scroll through it. We're not going to ruin it completely for you, but there's a ton of things for you to unlock. I think it was somewhere around 40 more items for you to actually craft and unlock and get recipes for as well. And this is what they look like right here. That was the constructorizer, Vector. I'm probably murdering these names, but that's a pun. Compounder's got a few things in it that hasn't been unlocked for me. Epoxy, substances, all kinds of basic fuels, organic compounds, aerogels, and synthetic proteins. All kinds of new things in the compounder. In the assembler, there's quite a few things as well. Uber filament, onboard instruments, and so on. The explosive charge. There's all kinds of items that were added in this update. Here's the pyro forge. Got 2 items there. Got the wolfram steel ingot and titanium ferrite ingot. So different ingots in the pyro forge. And in the mega press, looks like we have some new items as well. Reinforced frame, reinforced housing, and a few other things as well. There are 40 plus new items that were added into the game. You can send up the corporations and advance your game now in update 1. So now we're going to go and show you all the new buildings and stuff that you can build and what they actually kind of do if we can figure it out. So the very first one we're going to have right here is the development station. And you have to have a base core upgraded to level 4 or higher, unlock all compounder recipes, and supply the development station with the required items. You can actually unlock the compounder too with all these items here. So there's some things that you can't just straight up unlock anymore, and that's like the large habitat, the fabricator 2, which is a new item that you can actually craft. You have to supply the development station with the required items, which is the quartz ore and igninium. There's also the furnace version 2, which will increase your production of all those mats in the bottom right in the output. You also have the ore excavator. This is a level 2 version ore excavator, so better output for your ores. And you also have the constructorizer version 2. Basically, it's going to make these much more efficient whenever you unlock those and place them in your worlds. You also have the orbital cargo launcher version 2. It sends items to corporations. Each product sent increases your value and reputation versus the level 1 version. And then you can send optimized products like we were talking about before with the optimized version 2 to the corporations as well. You will have to go back through and do some things that you have done before. For example, we've definitely farmed more than 25 meteorite hearts, but you're going to be able to unlock the solar generator version 2 base core amplifier, which apparently we haven't got. We have them down, and also the wind turbine 2. But right here, all we have to do is put those items in there. But there are some requirements. You have to meet those requirements before you can actually unlock these items in this device. And finally, some of those items are like the large personal storage and the rail 2, storage 2, the expandable storage and the rail 3. Those all have to be unlocked, and you have to have drone rail version 2, build storage version 2. We have to have multiple ones of those. So you have to do multiple things to unlock these items, plus add the resources to unlock them as well. That's kind of the long and short of what this device does, the development station. It helps you build more developed or more advanced items. And then we have the recycler. And basically what you do is you throw some items in there, and it will tell you what it will recycle, elementary building materials, and it recycles them for you. So basically, if you want to recycle something, for example, with quartz here, but it'll give you 50 quartz and some intermediate building materials. So we have a recycler now to break down stuff you don't want no more. So instead of dropping it, you can recycle it if you wanted to. We also have some new items that you can place in the world, and we're going to show you what those items are. We have the chemical generator right here. Basically, it's just a chemical generator. And of course, it's crafted with about 900 of these intermediate building materials. And this right here is actually a refiner for the oil. We haven't got to the oil yet, but we will here very shortly. And basically what this does is it refines powerium, which is the new oil, calcium ore and titanium ore, and makes refined oil out of that, which is a material used in various recipes. This is the constructorizer. There's a lot of recipes in it that's locked for me. This has just been released, so I don't have it all unlocked, but you have a bunch of stuff you can make. You can unlock in here in the recipe station, airlock, anti-radiation covers, stuff like that. And then of course you can start out with scaffolding, and you can craft new items. And then over here we have the facture, and it's the same thing. It'll craft some new recipes once you unlock them in the recipe station and find the blueprints and stuff for them as well. And also it does a tracking device, which is the first thing you can craft in this device. We also have the power forge right here, and the power forge is something you can just craft the wolfram steel ingots, and I think it's called titanoferrite ingots. Titanoferrite, I think, maybe, but different as basically the new forge. And you can also do the geothite ingot as well. Now I may be murdering these names, but that's basically what it looks like. Then we also have the roundabout rails, and you can take the rails and kind of just go off from them like so. So basically you connect items together, and it may make it a little bit easier for you to actually do stuff with the roundabout rails. Looks like you can go back to them as well. But yeah, the roundabout rails. I don't know how we would incorporate this in the game, but I'm sure there's many ways for you to do so. We also have the new zip line, which is pretty cool. You can put a zip line pole down, which is the start of the zip line. You want to kind of put it in the direction you want to go. So for example, if we wanted to go out towards those storage facilities over there, we would go that way. But we're going to be going, I think, this way right here. And then what we're going to do is connect the zip line to it. Option to connect the zip line to it. Whenever you click on it. And what we're going to do is go ahead and put the zip line over here. It doesn't look like it goes that far, but you can sit there and chain them like this right here. We've got this one set up, and then we're going to put one down over the hill there. And then once you have your zip line set up, all you have to do is hit E on it to use the zip line, and you'll go down the zip line. Kind of like so. You can actually also go up the zip line as well. Like so. Which is pretty dope, to be honest with you. So the zipline is two-way. So if you've done the Forgotten Engine and you've done all those quests to end the game before this update, you can now go into any of the radiation areas that look like green here on the map. And we're not going to spoil any of the POIs or points of interest, but there are multiple areas for you to go around. And there should be some new enemies. We'll try to find those as well and show you those. And in the new biome, you should be able to go around without getting radiation poisoning and find new resources and enemies. You're going to see there are multiple new resource types. We're going to go over all the new resources that you can now gather in the game. And this is the very first one right here. And this is what you're going to be using the laser drill on. Right there. Looks like there's several nodes around for us to drill here. And this is going to sit here and farm us some geothite ore. I think it's pronounced geothite ore, which is a new ore that you can produce and process. So you're looking for ore nodes that look like this for that geothite ore. And you put a laser on it. And this is the next resource we're going to show you. We're going to go ahead and bring out our resources and go to the oil extractor here. And you'll see that you can place a oil node in here. We do need to have a base core, so let's make that first. And now there are multiple oil nodes that we can place in here that we could tap. Looks like about 4 inside of this one. And then all we have to do is just kind of power those up. Just keep in mind that you don't want to actually go into the power room. You'll start getting heat and then getting that little thing you've seen on the screen just now. You kind of want to make sure you're using the building drone to actually put these out. That way you can safely access the power room. Right there. And as you can see, we have one going right here. And here we have some power room coming. Take a few of those off there and show you what they look like. And it's a raw material that can be processed. Now we don't have calcium and titanium right now, but you can put it into a refinery like so, and then that will give you refined oil. So that is powerium and how it works. So there's also some new creatures in the game. We're going to show you all 3 of the new creatures. Right here is the Skylusks or Skylusks. Oof, that was kind of creepy. Drop some heavy ammo? What in the world? Looks like we got some more here. Let's see if we can knock a few of them out. Yeah, they're dropping heavy ammo and serpent sticks. Just random items, it looks like. Which is pretty cool, actually. Yeah, they don't seem like they're hostile. They just kind of sort of go into the ground when you get close to them. But they do seem like they give you resources whenever you kill them. So maybe it might be worth taking them out. And just to let you know, there is a level of radiation that you cannot go to. That is the new edge of the map. So if you start getting radiation, you probably want to turn back. And right here is kind of an area where we've been. That's the new radiation. So we have a decent sized map, it looks like. Haven't explored a lot of it. We'd probably do that on extremes and stuff like that. But there's quite a bit of map added to this update. And the next thing we have is the little crab creature right here. It's located in the water. I found it in this little turquoise pond right here. And I don't know what it does, but I guess we could try to shoot it and kill it. It looks like it's shielded. Interesting. I wonder if I can throw my grenade on it.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, I don't know why, but I imagined him to be a much larger creature. Doesn't seem like he aggroes or anything like that. It looks like every shot that I'm shooting is about protected. Maybe he's indestructible? Don't see a weak spot right now. Or maybe you need to have some arm pin on or something like that. So it looks like we have a new creature here. And I'm not quite sure what the name of this one is, but it is that little rabbit or whatever looking thing. And it looks like if you get close to it, it puts out spores that'll damage you. So you probably don't want to get too close to it. And it's also protected as well on its shell. And it looks like on its tail too. And here's what they look like out of their shell as well. Like that right there. It looks like they got a protected back. Let's see if we can kill one. I don't know. I may be doing something completely wrong, but it doesn't look like you can kill them. They have protected shots pretty much all throughout their body. And also I noticed these little vine looking things. It looks like hearts or something like that. I'm not quite sure what they are. Doesn't look like an actually... Let's see if we can harvest them. Doesn't look like I can harvest it either. Might be just new environmental assets, it looks like. And of course, you can find the little crab dudes around the water. So we found this around the water here near the Forgotten Engine. The rabbit-looking little dudes seem like they spawn around trees. And of course, the eyeball things spawn in the new radiation zone, it seems like. Of course, now we're going to go over some of the boring stuff for the changes that they made. We're going to skim through here, guys, just real quick and see if we can find something quite interesting. So if you had some advanced buildings and stuff like that, keep them in the world. They will work and function like normal, but you're not going to be able to build them again until you unlock them. So kind of keep the items on the world if you want to keep using them. Pistol is not something you unlock now. It's just basically crafted the equipment upgrade station. And in case you die, you will lose all weapons you're carrying, including the pistol now. Teleporter is now unlocked by using the corporate level, so you don't actually have to launch the Forgotten Engine to receive it anymore. And quartz is no longer a building material, and you have been refunded the quartz if you had it before. But you can recycle them in the recycling bench for quartz ore. They are used at the development station to unlock new upgraded buildings. That's probably a reason why you want quartz. And that is kind of why your building capacity or heating capacity has gone up a lot, because apparently they're now included in the base core overheat capacity, so build them wisely. The cargo dispatcher and receiver rework, they have reworked it to basically work on a 1-to-1 ratio, so basically one cargo dispatcher will only work with a single cargo receiver, so you can't stack dispatchers and receivers anymore. And if you had them set up like I did, you're going to have to manually reconnect them. Any duplicate blueprints are now just going to be added as data points, so you don't have multiple blueprints in the blueprints tab. And any blueprints previously available in the Forgotten Engine are now changed to their location. So they have changed the location of the blueprints in the Forgotten Engine, and they've made these changes to the recipes. We'll take a real quick skim over the fixed. Looks like they may have improved the stability of the game for co-op and host. Looks like a lot of stability and optimization. Looks like you can't unlock the whole entire map on co-op anymore by just one antenna. Thank God they fixed an issue where drones would teleport between lanes and passing through multi-rail 3s and 5s. That was kind of annoying. Also notice that you can hit Q now and cancel out of placing something, and it doesn't take you out of drone mode. First time it cancels it, the second time it takes you out of drone mode. Sweet, and they should have fixed the dirt mound issue that they were having. Looks like you can rebind your keybinds. There's a lot of changes and fixes here. I will put a link in the description down below if you want to check out the full list. You can turn autosave on and off, looks like, and they scaled up to 4K monitors, and so much more. They did all kinds of changes to the game, fixes, bug improvements, optimizations, stuff like that. There's a lot of bug fixes as well in here, but there's a ton of stuff that were added into the game, but all kinds of new places to explore, stuff to get, new items, new recipes. We've got a lot of videos to update. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We'll be having some videos come out for Star Rupture very soon, I hope in the next week or so, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace.